Oh, how good it feels to have the Champions League back in our lives. Manchester United's next game in the group stages would see them playing away against Celtic. In the previous episode, we made our return to the Champions League in the first game of the group stages against Sporting Lisbon. It wasn't the perfect return, as obviously the perfect return would have been winning the game and coming away with all 3 points. But you know, Sporting Lisbon, they did mighty well to hold out for a draw in that one. I did make a few changes to the team compared to that game against Sporting Lisbon, including the formation. So this time around I went for the 4-2-3-1. I had Herrera and Carrick in central midfield, and up front Falcao was on his own with Di Maria and Cristiano Ronaldo on the flanks. Now, United probably would have had a great goal scoring opportunity here with Angel Di Maria, but it was Dockel for Celtic just goes sliding in and swipes Di Maria's feet from underneath him. And I was very surprised that Di Maria was able to get up after that and go walking over to the ref and complain that it should have been more than a yellow card. Really? It should have been a red card in my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I mean, no intention for the ball whatsoever. Just, it's a reckless challenge from Dockel, and I think he's very lucky to get off with just a yellow. So, with a free kick 27 yards out, I was going to give it to none other than Cristiano Ronaldo. Would I be able to make it 1-0 with just over 5 minutes gone of the game? Signature move, and I fire it straight at the wall. I know free kicks, they haven't been the best lately. I know some of you guys have been saying, oh, you need to practice on your free kicks, but don't worry, I've got it covered. It was just because I didn't put enough power behind it, that was it. But we almost made it 1-0 here. It was a header by Phil Jones, which really tested Gordon, and he kept it at the back of the net. And then it was Ronaldo to come in off the rebound. He hit the woodwork, and it looked like it was going to cross the line. Falcao was there as well, and he could have slotted that into the back of the net with ease, but somehow Celtic managed to defend and keep it at 0-0. Ronaldo on a crazy run here, just bursting through their back four. Went for the sweaty goal. I was trying to pick out Ander Herrera, who was alongside him, as Ambrose for Celtic made a crucial block, but it just wasn't good enough as the ball went straight back to Ronaldo. And because Gordon was all over the place in goal for Celtic, because he thought it was going to go to Ander Herrera, it was just a simple angle for Ronaldo to slot that home and put Manchester United into the lead in our second Champions League group stage game of the season. And Ronaldo, before half-time, had a great effort on goal. Gordon pulling off a wonderful save, fully stretched, giving his team a glint of hope, maybe come the second half to get back on level terms, and they almost did. It was Stokes for Celtic that almost found the top right-hand corner, but De Gea pulling off a wonderful save of his own. They had so many chances for my liking, Celtic, in the second half to get back in this game, and it was this moment here which kind of got me worried, thinking that they were going to get back on level terms, as Stokes received the ball from Stefan, and really, being one-on-one with De Gea, he should be slotting that into the back of the net with ease, but he didn't, thankfully, and the game still stood at 1-0 to Manchester United. Now it was our turn to attack. Carrick almost lost the ball, but picked it back up. He passed it along to Herrera, who found Van Persie, and Van Persie with a nice little dink over the top of the defence, found the head of Carrick. It was fantastic play, just bouncing the ball off each other, and it did end up with Nani, but unfortunately he couldn't find the back of the net as the game still stood at 1-0. Would Manchester United be able to find the net again to extend their lead? Well, with just seconds to go of the game, it would be captain for United, Wayne Rooney, that made it 2-0 to Manchester United. It was perfect. Luke Shaw, fantastic play from him. Good vision, good anticipation as well, as he could see Rooney was in a bit of space. He was surrounded by two centre-halves for Celtic, as you'll see on the replay in a minute, but yet he still picked him out with the lob pass over the top. And, well, you can see it right here. Look at that. Bit of space for Rooney. The fullback failed to close in on him as he was keeping an eye on Cristiano Ronaldo. And Rooney just pulls the trigger, firing it up into the roof of the net. And that was 3 points confirmed for Manchester United. That's our first set of 3 points in the return to the Champions League. And boy, it feels good. After the game against Celtic, we were hit with some sad news that Robin Van Persie had picked up a sprained ankle and would be out for 4 weeks, pretty much a month. So that's a bit of a blow because, you know, we need as many strikers as we can possibly get in this United team. At the moment, we've only really got Falcao, James Wilson, Will Keane, Van Persie, and I suppose Rooney can play there as well. But, you know, Rooney he's predominantly my central attacking mid. He sits in that number 10 role. But I suppose on the positive side, it allows Mata to come back into the team instead of always sat out on the bench. And I'll probably push Rooney up front with Falcao in the 4-4-2 diamond. Now, here is the squad report for the end of the month, and I know quite a few of you guys have been wondering what my plan for Nani is in the team, and I know at the moment he is sidelined because, you know, Di Maria, Ronaldo, they're always fit for each game, so of course I'm always going to choose them. But I think I'm going to be sticking with Nani. I'm going to hold on to him as long as I can and use him for maybe FA Cup games and also Capital One Cup games. I've used him a couple of times already this season. You may have seen in some of the highlights, especially in my previous episode where I played him on the left in that Capital One Cup game against Reading. It was just unfortunate that there weren't many highlights with him in. So yeah, Nani, I'm going to be holding on to him now for the foreseeable future. Our next game was to be played at the Britannia Stadium against Stoke. Now, this same fixture last season, yeah, we lost that game in a staggering 4-3 loss. But you know what? Stoke, they did exceptionally well to always find themselves in front against Manchester United. You know, Stoke, they're a bit of a bogey team for me on FIFA. And they are for United as well in real life. We always seem to struggle against them, especially at the Britannia Stadium. It's always a big test whenever we go there. And once again, it was proven to be another big test for United in this game on FIFA 15. I certainly didn't want a repeat performance of what happened the previous season. I didn't want to lose 4-3. I didn't want to drop 3 points again. I wanted to change everything about that and make sure that we did come away with a win. But once again, Stoke City found themselves in the lead 50 minutes gone of the game. What is going on? Why can't I beat Stoke? It's so frustrating. Bojan with a good effort on goal. De Gea just punched it away, cocky as you like, but that wasn't good enough because there were still Stoke players in the area as it was Juve, former United player, that made it 1-0. It did take us 20 or so minutes to get back in the game. It just seemed like it took forever though. 70th minute, it would be Ronaldo making it 1-1 with a good run into the box. And he finished up the attack for United with such power and ferocity. It was a wonder to see. But, you know, before that goal even went in, as the minutes went past, it felt as though the chance of winning all 3 points was falling quicker and quicker out of our hands. And Rooney, yes, did come very close to making it 2-1, but it went against the crossbar. It wasn't our game again. But this time we did come away from the Britannia Stadium with just a draw. Yes, I would have liked a better result there, but compared to last season's result, that's an improvement. United's next game in the Premier League was against Everton at Old Trafford. Now, that draw against Stoke at the Britannia Stadium did mean that we dropped down to 7th in the league. But again, if you looked at the full table, it's still early days and we were still very close to drawing level with the top spot. So a win here was kind of a must against Everton, who haven't really been in good form lately. And I did go with the 4-4-2 diamond. Michael Carrick came in into that defensive mid role. Herrera I dropped out because he was lacking fitness. And I decided to leave an Everton starting lineup to see if they, you know, maybe made any changes in the summer. And looking at it, it doesn't seem as though they have, apart from Garber. He wasn't in the side last season when we played against Everton, but I think, isn't he a youngster maybe that they've brought through the ranks? I'll have to check on that. And there was no Lukaku, so maybe he was out injured for this game, or maybe they sold him in the summer. Not too sure. There's something else I'm going to have to look up. But we did make it 1-0 just under 10 minutes gone. It would be Radamel Falcao, who beat former Manchester United keeper Tim Howard with a nice finished finesse shot. It was a double salvo from United because minutes later, Cristiano Ronaldo extended United's lead to 2-0. It's certainly something to hold on to and maybe extend upon even more, because Everton were looking incredibly weak in this game. I mean, managing to grab 2 goals against a team that threatened to be something big in maybe a year or two to come, especially on FIFA. I expected them to get better, but they looked non-existent in this game. But there was a glimmer of hope for them, as it would be Leighton Baines striking lucky there. It was a strike from him outside the box. It did take a deflection off Raphael, as you'll see. and it did fall De Gea as it just rolls across the line. So that was very unfortunate for United. So we had to stay focused. We had to keep on concentrating in this game until the very end, until the referee blew his whistle for the final time, because, you know, before you know it, Everton, they're going to be back in the game, making it 2-2, and they almost did. But Jones, in the nick of time, beat Gareth Barry to the punch, clearing the danger and allowing United to hit Everton on the break with the counter, but nothing really came of that. Moments later, Garbutt and Samuel Eto'o linked up nicely, and it'd be Eto'o with the final shot, seeking out that bottom left-hand corner, but De Gea, wow, what a save from him, keeping United in the lead. Now Di Maria took a shot in the second half outside the box. Tim Howard trying to make up for those two mistakes he made in the first half, which saw United in the position that they were. Ross Barkley, who is heavily linked to Manchester United, almost got the equaliser again for Everton. They were pressing so much for it, and I don't blame them. And they numerous times they almost got it as well. And Falcao had one final chance for United before the ref blew the whistle for the final time. And he made it 3-1. That would be the game right there. Signed, sealed and delivered by Radamel Falcao. A marvellous finish, really. I mean, look at Tim Howard's positioning. Really, he had that bottom corner covered, but for some reason he went the other way. And Falcao slid that into the bottom left-hand corner. So 3-1 the final score there. Good result against Everton and a good set of 3 points. And with that, guys, I end it there. As always, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you all very soon for the next one. Thanks for watching.